Saudi Arabia and Israel are two of the most important military powers in the Middle East, and though their histories, alliances, and defense strategies differ greatly, both nations have invested billions into building armed forces capable of deterring regional threats. Yet the way they approach defense is very different, with Saudi Arabia relying heavily on foreign purchased weapons, oil-funded defense spending, and large manpower, while Israel focuses on cutting-edge technology, innovation, and combat experience that has been tested repeatedly in real wars. And in today's world where tensions are shifting, it is important to understand which side truly holds the edge in terms of defense power, because Saudi Arabia, as the largest Arab state and custodian of Islam's holiest sites, prioritizes the protection of its monarchy, oil reserves, and territorial integrity, with its main perceived enemy being Iran, while Israel, surrounded by historically hostile neighbors and with a small landmass, is entirely focused on survival, deterrence, and ensuring it cannot be defeated by any coalition. And when we analyze the two side by side, many key differences emerge that show how both countries have unique strengths but also weaknesses, making this a fascinating military comparison that goes far beyond numbers or budgets, because in modern war, training, doctrine, and technology often matter more than sheer size. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Please subscribe and like my videos. Starting with ground forces, Saudi Arabia maintains one of the largest standing armies in the region with around 125,000 active soldiers supported by thousands of tanks, armored vehicles, and artillery systems, including hundreds of American-made M1A2 Abrams tanks along with artillery and missile units. Yet the problem lies in training and combat readiness, because despite massive investments, the Saudi army has little battlefield experience and often depends on foreign military advisors, while Israel, although smaller, has about 170,000 active soldiers and nearly 500,000 reserves to compulsory military service. And unlike Saudi Arabia, nearly every Israeli citizen has some level of military training, giving Israel the ability to mobilize quickly in times of war. And more importantly, Israel's domestically built Merkava tanks are specifically designed for survivability and battlefield effectiveness, while its infantry and special forces have decades of combat experience in conflicts ranging from Lebanon to Gaza, meaning that in real battlefield conditions, Israel's ground forces are far more capable despite being fewer in number. Air power tells a similar story of quality versus quantity, with Saudi Arabia's Royal Saudi Air Force fielding over 800 aircraft including F-15s, Eurofighter Typhoons, Tornado strike jets, drones, and aerial refueling planes that give it regional reach. But the reality is that many Saudi pilots are trained abroad, and the Air Force still struggles with the complexity of operating such an advanced fleet, while Israel's Air Force, though smaller with around 600 aircraft, includes the cutting-edge F-35 stealth fighter, making Israel the first in the Middle East to deploy this platform in combat, alongside upgraded F-15s and F-16s, and Israel's pilots are among the best trained in the world, with a long record of successfully defeating numerically superior Arab forces, giving Israel clear superiority in aerial combat, precision strikes, and electronic warfare. So if both air forces clashed, Israel's experience and technology would likely outweigh Saudi numbers. At sea, Saudi Arabia's navy of about 15,000 personnel operates modern frigates, corvettes, and fast attack craft, and the kingdom is expanding its fleet with American and European-built warships, yet it lacks submarines or carriers, while Israel's smaller navy of 10,000 personnel has German-built Dolphin-class submarines believed to be nuclear-capable, which serve as a second-strike deterrent, alongside advanced SAR missile boats and naval drones, making the Israeli Navy a far more strategic force despite its smaller size. In missile capabilities, Saudi Arabia has acquired long-range Chinese-made DF-3 and DF-21 ballistic missiles that can theoretically strike deep into Iran or even Israel, and it has also deployed American Patriot systems and the THAAD defense shield. But Israel has developed the world's most layered missile defense network, including Iron Dome, David's Sling, Arrow 2, and Arrow 3, capable of intercepting everything from short-range rockets to long, range ballistic threats, while its precision strike missiles and the new Iron Beam laser system make it a global leader in missile defense. Meaning that in any missile war, Israel would hold the advantage in both offense and defense. Technology further tips the balance because Saudi Arabia spends billions annually importing the most advanced weapons from the US and Europe, but it has yet to develop a strong domestic defense industry, while Israel, known as the startup nation, produces its own world-class drones, missile systems, electronic warfare platforms, and cyber defense tools, with its elite unit 8,200 being one of the most feared cyber intelligence forces in the world, giving Israel not only battlefield technology, but also digital dominance, and if warfare expands into the cyber domain, Israel clearly wins. On the nuclear front, Saudi Arabia does not officially possess nuclear weapons, though it has hinted at acquiring them if Iran develops its own, and it reportedly has an understanding with Pakistan to acquire nuclear technology if needed, while Israel follows a policy of nuclear ambiguity, neither confirming nor denying, yet widely believed to hold between 80 and 200 nuclear warheads deliverable by aircraft long-range missiles and Dolphin-class submarines, giving Israel a second strike capability and a powerful deterrent, something Saudi Arabia cannot currently match. When looking at defense spending, Saudi Arabia is among the top 3 spenders in the world, often exceeding $70 billion annually, pouring oil wealth into arms imports and modernization, while Israel spends around $25 billion annually, but uses it far more efficiently thanks to its domestic defense industry and U.S. aid, meaning Saudi Arabia buys power, but Israel builds it. Combat experience is another decisive factor, because Saudi Arabia's struggles in Yemen have revealed weaknesses in its military despite its vast resources. As lightly armed Houthi rebels have inflicted significant damage, raising doubts about Saudi effectiveness in prolonged conflicts, while Israel has decades of experience in full-scale wars, counterinsurgency, and counterterrorism, honing a doctrine based on speed, precision, and adaptability, with its soldiers trained to operate in real battle conditions regularly, which gives Israel a battle-hardened edge that no amount of money can buy. Alliances also play a role, with Saudi Arabia enjoying close ties to the US, UK, and Western arms suppliers, ensuring access to the best weapons, while its role as the largest oil exporter gives it global leverage, but Israel's relationship with the US is even deeper, with billions in annual military aid, joint development of cutting-edge systems like missile defenses and stealth technology, and growing regional ties through the Abraham Accords with countries like UAE, Bahrain, and Morocco, meaning Israel is not isolated but increasingly integrated with powerful partners. So when all factors are combined, manpower, air power, naval strength, missiles, technology, nuclear weapons, spending, combat experience, and alliances, the picture becomes clearer. Saudi Arabia has the advantage in raw numbers, budget, and geography, but Israel dominates in quality, technology, training, combat readiness, missile defense, cyber warfare, and nuclear capability, which in modern warfare often matters more than quantity, and therefore if the two nations were ever to face direct conflict, Saudi Arabia could cause damage with its large air fleet and ballistic missiles, but Israel's layered defenses, superior air force, and ability to strike with precision would likely give it the upper hand, and while both countries are unlikely to ever fight directly due to shared concerns about Iran, the analysis shows that Israel stands as the more capable military power despite being far smaller in size and population, proving that in the Middle East, survival depends less on wealth and more on readiness, innovation, and the will to fight.